Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the support on last week's video. It truly made me so happy to see a subject that is so dear and near to my heart to do that well. I didn't expect it at all, and honestly, I really thought mental health videos were just going to be my digital catalog, but to see it resonate with so many people and getting some amazing feedback and comments about all the same challenges and triggers that you guys are going through, I can't say it made me happy because triggers, but it made me very happy to know that I'm not alone. You're not alone. We're actually not alone in any of this. So this week, third video about this subject will be the challenges I've been facing. But before I jump on that, I know that some people are new and I just want to quickly introduce myself. I'm 29. I live in Istanbul. I have a full-time job. I do YouTube just for fun. I only upload on Sundays. I only do sit-down videos. Maybe all of this will change in the future, but for now, it's a hard limit I have for myself. And I talk about basically whatever struggle or challenge I go through in my life. I'm a millennial. I'm a very typical millennial. So I do have anxiety and depression. And I have a dog. Other than that, we're just gonna figure out all of this together. And jumping into the video. Today, I'm going to talk about some key challenges I'm facing. So I divided this challenges part into two. The first one is physical challenges and the second one is emotional challenges. They're very interlinked, obviously, but some of them are physically obvious. The first one is my sleeping schedule. I completely forgot about this part. When I'm not on medication, sleeping has been a struggle for me. I usually have an interesting time when I'm trying to go to sleep, which is it takes so long. Like it can take an hour or 2 hours for me to be able to go to sleep. Some nights I just stop, I don't deal with it, I get up, I'll do something in the living room. Some nights I really push myself trying to go to sleep, but it takes me a long time to fall asleep. And I usually wake up at least 1 or twice during the night. This was not something I experienced while I was on my medication. I had a pretty good sleeping schedule where when I go to bed, I would be asleep in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And that has changed. That's been a real challenge because I do have a very demanding job and dog mom, all that stuff. So having that added loss of energy due to sleep has really pushed me in a way for the past few months. I don't think I found a solution for this, but one thing I'm trying is, even on the weekends, I try not to wake up late so that I don't have a lot of energy during the day so I can go to sleep at a decent time and I can actually fall asleep. And probably excess physical activity would be able to tire me down. Taking my dog for a run, not a walk, for a run. Try to balance that. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this, but I will. The second one is kind of related to this, but it's also not related, I would say. Sudden losses of energy. I find myself some days like my energy is just taken out of my body. Did I have this problem when I was on medication too? Yeah, I did. Maybe I didn't pay this much of an attention because I wasn't looking for it. So now maybe I'm able to identify them easier. But what seems different for me this time is it is very sudden. Like 1 minute I have decent amount of energy. Within 10 minutes, I'm like, I just need to fall asleep right now. Coffee doesn't do anything, like you're crashing down almost. So that feels new. And I'm not able to track that before medication because maybe that wasn't something I paid attention to 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And some of the other challenges that falls into category of physical and emotional mixing up is challenges of trying new areas like YouTube. It's a very hard challenge to go on a new venture and trying to, it is not, okay, let me clarify that. It's not hard to go on a new venture and try to build something for yourself, but for me, maybe it's not for some people, but for me, to be able to go on YouTube, make sure you protect your limits so you don't overshare and then feel guilty about it, or do something that you're not proud of, or talk about a subject that you would rather keep private. Trying to navigate all of these details and trying to make sure you're still doing a good job of representing who you are on this platform, it is a challenging thing for me. I mentioned it in my last video about triggers, and sometimes it can be very triggering. Sometimes it's also very rewarding. Nonetheless, as a whole, it's a big challenge because I'm not used to having this public profile. Maybe 1,000 people will watch this video and like, I don't know any of these people. So making sure that I come off the way I want and true to myself and represent who I really am, it is a challenge. Would I not prefer to have this challenge? No, I want this, but I still need to respect it and acknowledge it as a big challenge, hold on to it, and make myself proud. It's still a challenge, like I said. Some of the other challenges I could mention. Sometimes I find myself in situations where I'm not able to identify if that situation is actually a bad one, or am I reacting the way I am reacting because I'm not taking my medication anymore. For example, when I'm really mad at someone or something and it's becoming very triggering, I really stop myself and ask, am I reacting this much because I'm not on medication? Am I overreacting? Or is this really a bad situation? Or is this person really being mean right now? Is this okay? Can they say this to me? So that has been a challenge because medication doesn't really suppress you, or it doesn't really change who you are. But at least for me, like I said, all of this is my experience. But it gave me the abilities to have like a more stable emotional range. Not have so many spikes. Do I still have this stable range? I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Always checking in, like having that check-in moments with yourself. I find them very critical, and sometimes you're like, no, this person is really offensive right now and I want to react this way and this is okay. So mental check-ins are quite important. To sum up, I think these are the main challenges I would say I'm facing. I would love to hear some of the challenges you guys are facing. And it doesn't have to be, okay, I'm off my medication and here's my challenges. But I think we can all share our challenges and struggles and triggers and our experiences, no matter what we're on or off. Life is difficult, you know, and I don't mean in a cliche way. Life is difficult because we're not able to control most parts of our life. Control in that sense is not about being a control freak, but small things in life are very controllable and there's not much that can go wrong or that can go right. There's not much alternatives. But life is so grand and it's so interconnected with other people's lives, which is amazing. But also we surrender most of the control to life itself. And that makes everything very complex. Maybe not difficult, but very complex. So life naturally, as a concept, is very complex. So being kind and being understanding to one another on here, in real life, in every aspect of our lives, while working with our friends, with our family, without taking anyone for granted. My ultimate goal is in life, in terms of my personal life, is to treat especially the people I love with so much kindness, so much understanding that it's like we're on clouds. I'm absolutely nowhere near that. But to me, it is satisfying for now to know that I'm on my way there. If any of this makes any sense to you, or maybe it makes you curious, or it makes you interested in some topics, please comment below what you think. Maybe we can have this as a question answer. I don't know, maybe a live chat, something. I think hearing other people's opinions on topics like this and treating everyone with kindness and with love is beautiful, and we should experience that and practice that a lot more. Thank you so much for watching this video. I got some lovely feedback on the previous one and it makes me so happy because I just, like I said, I do this as a hobby. It's me time, it's me talking time, and I love doing it. It makes me so happy to talk about these things, the things that matter to me. I guess it means something to you too. So thank you so much for watching, truly from the bottom of my heart. And I can't wait to see you next week with probably a similar topic. And maybe everyone can leave their thoughts and maybe next video topics for next week. That would make my life a little bit easier. Although I do have some, maybe 2 or 3 concepts in mind. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.